Are you gonna fight me? You gonna fight me? Bitch. Try and fight me, what a joke. Hey, level 22. How many points do I have? I have 1 point. Am I saving up for anything? Doubles the capacity of my healing pouch. Traps and stuff can be rearmed or disarmed. Ooh, that's really nice. Calls a new mount if no mount is available. Increases the time. Lure an enemy to my position. Increased chance to knock off armor. Sprinting is quiet. I don't really need that. I kind of want to get strike from below. That would be a very useful way to kill enemies. Yeah, let's save up for strike from below. Can I play any Lizardman Soulbound? There are not dedicated rules for it, but if you're with a half-decent GM, they've made rules so you can play anything you want. You just kind of have to... You have to work together on it so that you're both on the same page. That being said, this year, 2021, they are releasing a rules supplement. They are releasing a rules supplement for Seraphon. So you will be able to play Lizardmen. Like, you'll have dedicated Lizardmen rules at some point this year, which I am super excited for. Do I know what the other people are playing? I did, but I have kind of forgotten, to be honest. I know, wait, no. I know there's like a Battlesmith there's two Fire Slayers. There's two Fire Slayers. One of them is a Rune Smiter, I think. Or a Battlesmith, one of the two. And another one is a Doomseeker. Or a Berserker. And then another member of the party is a trader, like a human trader. You know, people that like specialize in like mercantile stuff, diplomacy, and just like staying alive and making maps and stuff. A lot of that. Climb up the watchtower. How the fuck? How? How do I climb this? No? Ah. Daughter of Cain? No, someone else is playing Illumineth, I think. I don't want to play Illumineth. I don't like Illumineth. Illumineth are weird. Plus, I literally just read a short story that Games Workshop just put out about the Illumineth, and they're like basically 1984ing people. Where they're like taking people, they're like abducting humans that like don't agree with them, that live in the realm of light, and are basically like brainwashing them or like changing. They're like exposing them to these weird enlightenment engines that change them. And it's really weird. Oh, that watchtower. Okay. That makes more sense. Mighty Skink Warrior. I don't want to have to make new rules. I could see myself playing a Daughter of Cain, but I'm a little disappointed that the options are so limited. Where it's like, oh, you can play a Witch Elf or a Hag, like a Hag. But you can't play like a Scathborn, or you can't play a Kennerai or a Melusai, which I was pretty disappointed by. Like, if I could have been like a Harpy type chick, or like a big snake lady, I would have done that in a heartbeat. You can't even play like a frickin'... you can't even play like a, Doomfire
I
Warlock.
brought you the Lancehorn lens, Sona.
I'll make a weapon with this myself. No warrior should forget the feel of craft. And you brought the signal arrows to Orn?
I did. Kind of hope he never has to use them, though.
No, I will never play a Stormcast. Don't even recommend that in here.
For now, all I ask of our braves is that they are ready. I thank you for your aid.
Legend, quiet! You can't just expose my man's fetishes like that on stream. God damn, dude. Have some tact! Play a Gloom Spite? It's order only. Unless you want to, like, create your own thing, which, once again, I'm not really interested in doing that. If I was going to make my own career, I'd just be a Seraphon. Okay, so I think we've done everything that we can do. This one is we have to go to somewhere super far away. Under-equipped. Where's that? Okay, that one's pretty close. Play an Excelsior War Priest or Battle Mage? Ah, Warrior Priest could be kind of interesting. I don't think I want to do another Wizard, though, because I'm already doing a Tidecaster in my other campaign, which is already a Wizard. Maybe a Sylvan. I could be a Kurnoth Hunter. Kurnoth Hunters are like troll size, like they're kind of wild. So I could be one of those. You mind your own business. Maybe I'll take a look at our group comp and see if like if there's anything we're particularly lacking. But I don't think we have a wizard, and I don't think we have a ranged person. So maybe I'll play like a Kurnoth Hunter with like a bow or a Caradron. Master of Warhammer, yeah, something like that. That could be cool. I could see a Caradron being interesting. This is a cute valley, but I'm a little concerned whenever I see a lot of dead things, because usually means there's like scavengers nearby. Nope, just these dudes. Oh, I remember these guys. Yeah, these are the guys that got ambushed and like absolutely torn to pieces. What am I doing here? Find Dereed and recover what he stole from the caravan. Where are Dereed's tracks? There they are. That's right, these guys got ambushed by monsters, and one of like one dude was like an absolute coward and ran off with stuff. Which is the worst kind of person to have on an expedition. How do you balance out the game when you have the ability to play Stormcast and swordsmanship versus average human people? How do you balance that? Well, Living Legend, one of the things that's noted about the game is that, like for Stormcast, the way they balance it is that Stormcast do not get to interact with a lot of the unique features. Like, they miss out on a lot of the team power, because there's this ability called Soulfire, where you can basically, like, use rerolls or change rolls and stuff like that. There he is. Hold on a second.
Hello, Dereed.
Who are you?
The caravan sent me.
Caravan? What caravan?
The one you sabotaged. You figured no explosive arrows meant no survivors. No witnesses to your crime.
Look, stranger, I have debts. If I don't pay, the Dicers will gouge out my eyes.
Well, what is that? Whoa, okay. A stalker? Whoa, shit. Okay, that thing can turn fucking invisible. Well then. Hold on, I have a quest I can take care of while I'm doing this. Oh, a stalker, yep, there it is. I see. What are those beeping noises? Does he leave out mines? Fuck! Okay, this is interesting. God, shoots fast. Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Now's my chance.
Good fucking grief. Not gonna lie. That thing is actually vaguely terrifying. Like, good lord. But hey, we got the tutorial quest done, so that's nice. Good absolute grief. That dude just got fucking sniped. Oh, I want to kill this thing.
Can't be too prepared.
What variant is this? This is a Fire Boy. Okay. Hold still. So beeping Morse code, it's about the Beastman DLC? Yeah, the new news for the Beastman DLC is that all the Beastmen are now robots. Oh, he knows I'm here. Absolute bullshit. Lift up that pretty head of yours. Two health left. One more shot. Crossover event of Beastmen and Necrons. Oh man, that would be awesome. Dude, Necrons and Beastmen could both use each other's help. Let's be real now. Well, damn. That was actually fairly painful. It's gonna take a while to fill up our medicine pouch. So yeah, note to self, watch out for fucking stealth monsters.
Never know when I might need these.
Sorry, little guy.
Good for an old remedy.
But your bones are useful. I'm hoping, I will say this though, when it comes to like AOS news and stuff, I really hope they're going to be announcing pre-orders for Broken Realms Techless next week. I thought it was really, really dumb that they announced Broken Realms Be'lakor when like Broken Realms Techless still isn't out for pre-order. Like, that felt very, very premature to me. Granted, I think Games Workshop is doing a lot of really stupid shit right now when it comes to like their release schedule. Because they keep, like, hyping up and revealing stuff, like, months in advance. Which is just so dumb. I don't like it. I'm going the wrong way. Wait, Dorita's still alive? Oh. I thought for sure he died. Guess not. Well, back we go. Are the little guys you keep on shooting biological or tech? The little guys that I'm shooting, like the little animals, those are biological. So like turkeys, foxes, raccoons, rabbits. But you use their like bones and stuff to craft. So like, you know, I use fish bones and raccoon skins. Or like this one needs boar skin, wood, and shards, so I'll go ahead and upgrade that so that it's at full thing. I'll make some health potions. See, like I use rich meat and fatty meat to make healing potions, and I can make bony meat and fatty meat to make boost potions. So I need more fatty meat so I can make more pots.
This is useful.
I think Games Workshop is on a high point. They're trying to ride the wave of Warhammer interest. In the process, they're jumping the gun. I think that's gonna cause them more problems though in the long run than good things. Because if they build up too much interest in products that don't release for like 6 months, if not longer, like I think that's just gonna, I don't know. I feel like they keep burning their community. Which right now, there's like enough interest where I don't think people need that to be interested, you know?
Soon enough.
Like, people are excited when stuff comes out. I personally really dislike, like, the whole Lumineth release. I thought the Lumineth release was horribly mishandled. Where they, like, announced the Lumineth Realm Lords and then released half of their faction, or vaguely, maybe like a third of their faction. I want to say they released them, like, or they announced them like 6 or 8 months before they did the first release, which the first release was a box that only had some units. And then like another 2 or 3 months after that, they released like, okay, well now you can buy like normal Lumineth units instead of just having to buy this giant box set. And then another few months after that, they were like, oh, by the way, here's like a new book that you have to buy with even more new models. Which I find it very predatory on their part. Like, I feel like Games Workshop has this really bad habit right now where they're trying to trick people into getting, like, so, like, oh my god, just give it to me, like, that they end up making, like, bad purchasing decisions. Like, if I was a Lumineth player, personally, I would be pissed based on how they've released things. Because, like, if you're a Lumineth player and you bought, like, the Lumineth Battle Box set, like, oh, okay, this gives me a good starting point to my army, and it gives me a book. But, you know, at least I don't have to buy that again. And then less than a year later, they're like, oh, by the way, fuck you. Now you have to buy a new book. Or if you don't want to buy a new army book, you do still have to buy a... Broken Realms book just so you can have all your rules. And here's another half of your range. It's like... Can I maybe stop hating on the people that give you a job? No.
Okay. Did they live?
Games Workshop does not pay me, contrary to what you may think.
Thank you. As I turn and embrace the sun, may he burn away my sins.
Listen, and here's the thing, like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate
What a
Games
waste.
Workshop.
At least he died better than he lived.
I don't hate GW. I criticize GW because GW is a company. They're a very, very big company, and the thing is that companies don't have feelings. Companies don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me. Games Workshop as a company does not give a damn about us. All they care about is money. And, like, doing everything they can to get money. And plus, like, they don't give a shit what I think. At the end of the day, like, I try and be strong about criticizing them in the hopes that it gets into other people's heads and maybe gets to Games Workshop so they can make better decisions. So that they can be friendlier to the community or make a healthier community. At the end of the day, like, as consumers, we should never, ever get emotionally attached to a company. That you don't want to do that. Like, it's not an individual. It is a carefully crafted machine that is designed to take away as much of your money as it possibly can. And as consumers, it is our responsibility to pay attention to these companies and, like, call them out on their bullshit. Like, Games Workshop, like, here's the thing. If you are a fan of Games Workshop, you cannot tell me in good faith. Go look at the new prices they set out for those Indominus, like the separation of the Indominus set. Go look at those prices and tell me that that is not predatory as fuck. Like, they're charging so much more money than those are worth. Or go look at, like, they have all these practices that are just brutally unfair to their people that love and support their game. So you have a situation like, and there's a lot of stuff going on right now with Games Workshop. Like, you have the Lumineth book, which the Lumineth are like an abject failure when it comes to their book situation. Games Workshop, under no circumstances, should have done that. Like, if the Lumineth were not ready to be released, they should just not release them yet. If they were ready to release, and Games Workshop is like, oh, we're just gonna split them into 2 releases so we can get more money by forcing people to buy 2 books instead of 1 book, that's shitty. That's super shitty. And the thing is, it's not the first time they've done that. So it's not like, oh, this was a one-off mistake. The He Knights of Slaanesh book. This is the 2nd book they've got in less than 2 years. Like, they just did this. The He Knights of Army book came out, and it was kind of lackluster. It wasn't a very, like, it was a strong army, because they wanted, you know, it was, like, strong, but it wasn't, like, they got new demon models, and that was about it. But then they just re-released it, but they added all the mortals in. So why didn't they just wait to release the mortals and the book at the same time? Why are they doing double releases per edition? So, like, if you bought the He Knights book, you got fucked up, or you got ripped off. If you bought the Lumineth book, you got ripped off. In 1st edition, if you bought the Blades of Corn book, you got ripped off because, or they weren't called Blades of Corn back then. They were called Corn Bloodbound. The Bloodbound book, in 1st edition, got replaced in the same edition by a new book called The Blades of Corn. Stormcast Eternals in 1st edition had 3 books. 3! So, like, you bought Stormcast, and then as the Realm War saga came out, you had to buy 2 more books. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to do that. 1 book per army per edition. You cannot be releasing multiple books per edition. That's predatory. Because the thing is, here's the thing. If they make a habit of that, if you're someone who is like, oh, well, I don't have a lot of money. Like, I don't have a lot of money, but I want to play the game. So this is an army I like. How do I play the game? You know, how am I can't tell someone with a straight face, oh, well, if you want to play the game, you buy your army's battle tome, so you have all their rules and you have all their army abilities and all this shit, so you can play the game. And then, like, how can you tell that to them with a straight face without adding the caveat? That being said, maybe you don't want to buy their book because we don't know if that's going to be their only book. Like, I think it's on... No, you cannot blame the consumer. You can't. That's super not okay. You can't blame the consumer for bad business practices. Like, if Games Workshop puts out a Hedonite book, we don't have future vision. We can't know when they're going to release a new Hedonite book. It's not like, oh, well, they're going to release Hedonites again this edition. I'm sure most people who bought the Hedonite books just thought either this was it, or they thought, oh, okay, Hedonites might get an update in 3rd edition. Like, you cannot blame the consumers. That's not okay. Like, people are just trying to live their damn lives. And, like, want to play the game they like. You can blame, like, yeah, you could say, oh, well, should people... People don't have, like, hindsight's 20/20, right? Like, people who bought the Lumineth stuff just want to play the game. They want to... The Games Workshop says, hey, we're releasing Lumineth. Like, even in the case of Lumineth where you go, okay, hey, we're putting out new Lumineth, but, you know, yeah, you're going to get an update at some point down the line, but we didn't know in what form that update was going to come in. We didn't know when that update was going to come. Games Workshop didn't say, hey, here's the first half of the Lumineth range, we'll give you the second half in 6 months, 9 months. No, like, they're just like, here's Lumineth, if you want to play them, if you think these models look cool and you want to use them in your games, you better buy it. Like, and then you're expecting people to just be like, well, I don't know, I really like this army and I'd like to paint it or I'd like to play it, but maybe they're going to release an update, so I'm just not going to buy it. Like, it's all on GW. It's all on GW. There is never a situation where, like, someone could put out a product and people, like, buy the product even though the company itself is doing something super shitty and, like, predatory to take advantage of these people. You can't look at them and go, wow, shame on you for getting taken advantage of. Like, that's super shitty, guys. You cannot do that. Like, that's just not okay. Like, you can never look at someone who is being taken advantage of and tell them that they shouldn't have done what they were doing. Like, except for pre-orders. Well, okay, we'll give you the pre-orders on video games. But even then, like, pre-orders on video games, if you're someone that says you should never pre-order video games, you should be the same person that says it is predatory and shitty of companies to offer pre-order incentives. Like, that has to be your stance. Because that's something a company's doing to try and take advantage of people's excitement. Granted, I am someone that believes that if you trust a company and you want to pre-order from them to support them, that's totally fine. But, like, it's always better to wait as long as you can, so you have the most information so you can feel good about your purchase. But, like, I have not pre-ordered Total War Warhammer 3 yet, but the only reason I haven't done that yet is because I'm waiting for the Collector's Edition pre-order. Because I know I'm going to be satisfied with the game. Like, I just know that based on the prior games. But if it was like a brand new Total War game, like not part of the Warhammer series, but like if they came out with like Total War Shogun 3 and I was like, oh, I want to play that, I would probably not pre-order it after what happened with, like, you know, there's a time and a place. And, like, obviously there's a lot of nuance to it, but I don't think Games Workshop has a defensible position. Like, Games Workshop, if you're new to Games Workshop, like, you've only been a fan of them, or Warhammer, or any of their IPs for, like, a couple years, or even, like, 5 years, you probably don't have the